I was a refugee. I came to this country as a young man and I've accomplished a lot simply because I have really believed that I was here for a purpose.
Who was your first celebrity client?
I got a call that she was going to come in to see me. Millions of people, billions of people knew her face. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. Sugar is the number one enemy. Most people are now realizing that there's no amount of alcohol is good for you.
I've done no alcohol for 6 years now.
Wow. I got successful in the field of medicine because of my background in art.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Less This Mess. It's episode 5, and I am here today with Dr. Simon Ourian. He is known for being the cosmetic doctor of the stars. He has aired on TV shows such as Keeping Up with Kardashians, Housewives of Beverly Hills, and he's talked at seminars globally around the world. He has an incredible following on social media, and right now we are filming at his beautiful office in Beverly Hills.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Simon Ourian and I practice cosmetic dermatology and cosmetic surgery in Beverly Hills, and it's very nice to see you guys.
Yes. Okay, so you just came back from traveling.
Yeah, yes.
How was that?
Wonderful. We just came back from south of France, which is wonderful. But you know, whenever I leave California and I come back, I'm like, we live actually in a very nice place. For Southern California, it's very nice that we have the nice weather, we have the everything we want, great restaurants. So it's nice to travel, but it's always good to come back here. I'm a workaholic. I love coming back to work. I love coming back to seeing my patients, and it's always nice to have a little bit of change, but it's good to be back.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful over here in Beverly Hills. Okay, so you have a stunning wife. She's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you have beautiful kids. How did you meet your wife?
Actually, her dad was one of my patients, and he introduced us many years ago.
So sweet. So you met through her father.
Yes.
Awesome. That is beautiful. Okay, so you went to the south of France and traveling, and where all did you go though?
So my favorite place is Saint-Tropez because you see everything there. Great restaurants, they're great. The scenery is beautiful. Most beautiful people from all over the world come there, and I see a lot of my patients there.
While you're there, you're like running into people.
It's nice to run into people, but overall, it's like the meeting place of everyone. Because the weather is nice. Although this year it was quite hot, but the weather is nice. Everybody is in a relaxed environment. The hotels are beautiful, and it's the most blessed area of the world, aside from Beverly Hills.
Besides from Beverly Hills, yes, agree. Okay, so you went with your family.
Yes, yeah.
And you have a gorgeous wife.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have 3 kids. It's usually we take one vacation for 2 weeks every year outside of Southern California to either south of France or to Europe, and it's great time that I have my family as captive audience. There are no Wi-Fi's. We get to spend a lot of time together, so it's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's so important to have that time to just be off with the cell phone and
and making memories. I think this is the time that they grew up having great memories together, and I look forward to this time that we spend together every year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you guys do that with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you told me that you met your wife through her father, that he was a patient.
Yes.
And when y'all met, did you just know instantly that was your wife?
No, it was something that we dated for a while, and was for a long time we dated, and then eventually we knew that this was the right time. We wanted to start a family, and that was the best thing to do to bring our lives together. She's also very hardworking, so we got our life together, and we managed to build a very small family together with 3 kids, and we're trying to give them great values and teaching them how to be good human beings and God-loving and God-fearing. And so this is, I think that's the best thing you can do, the best thing you can do for your own life and for other people, to create a nice bond and to have loving people around you.
Oh, I love that.
Thank
Well,
you.
many blessings to you
Thank you.
guys. Oh, okay, I have a fun question. Because you just traveled, where in the world would you live if you could? That wouldn't be like, isn't Beverly Hills?
Outside of Beverly Hills, probably would be. There are so many places. I mean, and each of them have their own things. I like Middle East because the fact that there's a lot going on, like Dubai, Qatar. They're all very nice and they're very safe, and people are very warm and nice. Away from that, I would probably south of France is amazing, at least for 3-4 months out of the year, because it's again a lot of great activities. Everybody comes there. The weather is beautiful, very similar to Beverly Hills. And those are probably the most important parts of the world that I would love to live in. but I'm very happy here.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
here.
Florida. I would love to go live in Florida also. A few months out of the
Florida.
year, I would live in Florida as well. Yeah.
I love Florida.
It's
Yeah.
very, the weather is nice. It's very dynamic. Miami is very dynamic. People are constantly building. It's a great environment. People are grow. There's a lot of growth, and you're close to Europe and close to the
Yeah,
rest of the United States, so you can go anywhere you want.
you
So
can just
yeah,
hop on a
Miami
plane.
would be my other option.
Miami is great. That's a good option. Okay, so at what age did your business really start to take off?
And in a very naive way, I started my practice because I didn't know how much business I didn't know. I didn't know anything about running a business. I thought you open your practice and people are just going to come in. And a lot of people try to tell me that don't go to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is saturated. There's a lot of doctors there and you probably want to go somewhere else. But I love Beverly Hills. I love being at the epicenter of beauty and being able to address a lot of my patients in a way that I thought they would appreciate it. I came here when I was not even 30 years old yet. And it was lucky back in 1998, I started my practice. And before I knew it, people saw that I had some talent that perhaps they liked. And within a year or two, my practice was fully booked. I was seeing patients every day till 10 o'clock at night. I was very lucky. So
Wow.
it took off very, very quickly.
See, I think that's when it's just aligned. Your purpose and God's plan is aligned. It just is supposed to take off.
That's what happened. I knew I loved what I did, but I didn't know if other people would see my talent the same way I saw it. So it was a great validation and great feeling to know that what I was doing was helpful and people appreciated it. And yes, a year or two later, a lot of people started coming. People would bring their friends and refer me to their friends, and it just took off. And my practice got very busy.
Do you remember that first paying client where you actually charged? And did you undervalue or did you overvalue?
No, I absolutely remember the very first patient who came in. It was a gentleman who came from Italy, and I had just gone around and told some of the hair salons around here that I have a practice, that this is what I do. And he had just arrived from Italy. He gone to get his haircut and was looking for somebody to do a minor cosmetic procedure for him. He came in and I remember exactly, I charged $500 and I thought that was a lot of money because I had never made $500 in one setting. I was kind of nervous to tell him that it's going to cost $500 and he was very happy because he had gone to other doctors who had asked him for $5,000. So for me, obviously I was undervaluing it, but it was good. It kind of took a lot of my anxiety away to feel that I can run a business by myself, and a lot of my insecurities kind of started to go away after that very first time. It took probably up to 6 months or so to understand a lot of the things, but I learned about the business maybe 5 to 10 years later. It really takes a long time to understand all the intricacies of running a business, knowing how to run a practice, how to take care of your patients. You have to, at the same time that you're making your skills better, making your art better. At the same time, you have to learn about business almost on the background. So it's like a two full-time businesses, two full-time jobs at the same time.
Okay, you get this question all the time, but who was your first celebrity client?
My first celebrity client, I can't mention her name, but she was, I remember when I got a call that she was going to come in to see me. It was unbelievable because I had grown up knowing her name and she was all over the news ever since I was a kid. So when she called to come in and see me for the first 10 minutes, I was trying to act like I don't know who she is because I didn't want her to know that I'm nervous. So, of course, she knew that I was trying to be polite, but I was trying to do my very best to act professional and like I'm doing what I'm doing. But I remember I was very nervous. And after I did the work and she was very happy with the results, she called me and she sent me a bouquet of flowers to tell me that she was so happy. Elegant lady. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. Oh. But I mean, she was old, but she really, that was the first time that I really thought I'm making a big difference and somebody is trusting their face with me, that she was making her livelihood from that face. So to trust me with their face and to know that I'm not going to change it, and millions of people, billions of people knew her face. So if I made any changes, everybody would know. So it's nerve-wracking, but you have no room for making any mistakes and you're expected to make improvement. But she was happy, and of course I was very, very happy.
And it turned out really well.
Yeah.
It turned out really well. Okay, when you get nerves or you get nervous, because it happens to all of us, what do you do or how do you handle them?
Luckily, with my work, I don't get as nervous anymore because I've
Mhm.
done it for so many years. But I do get nervous. Sometimes I have to be in front of seminars and I give speeches to a lot of very smart people. Of course, you always think that they may be judging you, and there's something, especially if there's something controversial. I'm not a great speaker, so I try to do my very best to calm my nerves and for a few minutes before that exercise and get my energy to come down so that I could communicate better. But when it comes to my work, I think I've done it so many times. I've seen so many different things that I don't get as nervous. But still, it's nice to have a little bit of nervousness. That means that you're taking your job seriously. If you don't get nervous at all, I feel like you have given up or you just don't care anymore. So it's not, I think it's good to have that level of nervousness that because you care and you have your soul into it and your heart into it.
Oh, okay, so good. I was a little nervous today, and
Yeah,
it means I care. That's
no, no, yeah.
awesome.
If you really care about something, you really, of course, you get nervous. You want to do your best job. Yeah, you want to please people that you're doing this for and your audience. So no matter who your customer, client, your audience is, you want them to leave happier because they found you, and that's makes you a little bit nervous, and that you use that energy to make it better. And usually, I've noticed that the first few minutes is always nerve-wracking, but once things get started, it just keeps going.
Then it's
Yes,
flowing.
yeah,
Then you're
yes,
fine.
yes.
Okay. Okay, so you make beautiful sculptures. When did that start, and how did you figure out that you had a talent for that?
So, in fact, I started sculpting and painting ever since I was a kid. I think I was 10 or 11 when I first started sculpting with pieces of rocks that I would find. I would make some sculptures with them and clay. And people told me I was really good. Of course, you don't know how good you are until
Yeah.
people tell you. But it becomes, when people encourage you that you're good, it becomes a better, you become better at it. And I kept doing that, and I started selling some of my art when I was 17, 18. But my passion was also in medicine. I was lucky that I found out that you can actually combine the two and use your art in your medicine. That's probably one of the reasons that I got successful in field of medicine because of my background in art.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are creating so much. You have your sculptures, you have your business. I know you came out with your face products, but is there anything else that you want to create or anything else on your mind?
When you want to, so part of the concept of creation and to try to do things, new things, is because you want to change people's lives in a good way, in a better way. You want to make their life better. And it goes into multiple layers of your life. It could be from sculpting or painting something that creatively makes people happy when they look at it, or it could be changing their face or appearance in a way that they look at themselves and I remove some of the insecurities perhaps, and they could look at themselves and they feel better about their life. So there are many different facets of a person's life. So we are all multidimensional. I wish I could write better. Maybe I could write something, but there are many different ways that I like to make people's lives better in the best way I can. I don't know what else is going to be out there, but I'm sure there will be. I'm hoping I'm going to live a long life. I'm hoping that there will be many different ways that I could improve other people's lives in the best way I can.
Yeah, so being a service
Yeah,
and just
yeah. It sounds cliche, but the more you can help other people, the more you can help your life, and you feel like your life has value, and you have goals in your life, and you can, and as long as you have that, you give hope to other people, you have hope for yourself. Life is amazing.
it's so good.
Thank you.
Oh, these are such good little nuggets.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
gonna take these with me. Okay, I gotta ask because everyone's going back and forth with the sunscreen. They're saying to wear it, to not wear it, it's good for you, it's bad. It's so sunny outside and we're on vacations. What are we supposed to do?
Well, I definitely wear a lot of sunscreen. If you can cover your body, if you're going to be in the sun, to cover your body. You don't have to lather up with sunscreen all over. But if you're going to be in the sun, especially in the first few weeks that your body's not used to have so much sun exposure, it's good to wear sunblock. And as you get more used to it, you can reduce the number of SPF you are using. So SPF 50 to maybe 30 to 20. But the idea is not to get burned. I'm not against sun, it's just make sure that you're not getting burned and you're not damaging your skin. So no amount of sun by itself is just good for you unless you are doing it gradually and making sure you're not going to get burned. So yeah, use the SPF. avoid the sun as much as you can in the first few weeks until your body gets used to it. But we all need vitamin D and we need all types of things that the sun brings for you. So yes, do use them. I have a sunscreen in my regimen of skincare that I have. We also have in our supplements that we give our patients and people throughout the world that are good for you, things that are vitamin D and things that are good for you even when you want to go in the sun to protect your skin against the sun. And what you put inside your body matters also.
From the inside out.
Yes,
So you are giving supplements for skin and to kind of help.
yeah, I mean, a healthy body is going to be leading to healthy skin. Healthy skin is beautiful. So if you can keep a body healthy from inside out, I think in general, you're just going to look better, feel better. The idea is just to become a better version of yourself, look maxing, and also health maxing. So we want to make sure that you're a better version of yourself, the healthiest, most beautiful version of yourself, and there are many different ways to get there.
Right. Okay, so I know I've done different serums and mud masks and all these things, and I don't even know what order I'm supposed to be putting them on. And I've broken like vessels in my face because I don't know what I'm doing. Is there like an easy like step program or something where I don't have to think too much and it's like,
Yeah, basic thing is number one, if you don't have major issues with your skin, don't try to punish your skin. Don't scrub it too much. Don't try to use harsh chemicals or harsh products. The first thing is to remove the makeup every day, remove the debris every day in the morning and at night. Use a very nice gentle cleanser. Then you can use a toner. Toners usually are used to balance your skin pH. After that, use a good moisturizer or something to protect your skin, SPF or moisturizer, and sometimes both. And beyond that, then you have to see what's really wrong with your skin. Do you have discoloration? Do you have pores? Do you have dry skin? And based on those things, you can find out what's going to help you. There are great AI programs now that you can actually take a picture of your skin and the AI program can tell you what you need. So kind of replacing the doctor in our program, we started it 3 years ago to add it to our skin regimen. We have an AI program that actually does a lot of the diagnosis for you, a lot of the analysis for you, just based on a picture and some of the questions that your lifestyle you can explain, and it tells you what products are going to be best for you. So it just makes it so much simpler.
how cool is that? Okay, so you have an AI thing, so I can do it, and then with your products and your supplements, it can tell me what I need.
Yeah, the simplest format. So it can tell you if you need 2, 3, or 5 products, and you can kind of understand how your skin is going to benefit in the next 2 months, 3 months, and in long term. So I'm very proud of it. We started it 3 years ago, and every month we have 50,000 people who take that test and analysis, and it tells them what kind of skin what they need to do to have a better skin quality.
That is incredible.
Yes,
Okay, so I have to try this now.
absolutely. Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
on simon.md.com, so you can just take a simple picture. We also have an app, but within a few minutes, you don't need to have an app. Within a few minutes, it tells you what products are going to work for you and what's the best way to do it.
Oh, you have an app? I didn't even know this.
Yeah,
He's up on the technology.
yeah, 24/7.
I gotta download this app. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, so I think it is like you're saying, it's very important to just do things from the inside out. I feel like my diet has changed. It's helped a lot. Drinking so much water and just taking care of the body, and it helps with the skin.
Yes, I mean, you giving up. The very first thing I tell people is don't eat sugar. So sugar is the number one enemy. So if you can eliminate sugar or reduce it as much as possible, it's great. Of course, the big ones are no smoking, no drinking, getting plenty of sleep, taking the right supplements for your lifestyle, for your age, and for your skin type. And these are all the things you can do to make your life better, make your skin better, just be more productive version of yourself.
No, it's so true. I have been on no sugar like 50 days.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many?
50 days.
Wow, I
no
can't even
sugar. It's my skin.
No, no, it's like you're glowing.
I'm glowing right now. So I used to have these little bumps right here. You probably remember. They're gone.
Yeah, it's like the best thing. That's the first thing I tell people. If you can eliminate sugar, I can't. I've tried very hard to eliminate sugar, but if you can if you can reduce it by at least a certain amount, the least amount of sugar you can eat, the better it is for your skin and for your health.
Yeah, and then I've done no alcohol for 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 6 years already.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been that long. I know I told you years ago, and now we're at 6 year mark.
Congratulations. Wow.
Yeah, it's actually today.
Wow,
Today's my
congratulations.
thank
Oh,
you.
amazing. So
Today's my
6 years
6 years.
sober.
Yeah, it's been
Wow.
incredible.
Really, that is for anyone who's never known addiction to alcohol, this is the most incredible thing you can accomplish. It's one of the toughest things in the world. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of support, a lot of love for yourself,
Oh yeah.
a lot of wanting to have a good life, and more kudos to you for doing it, really.
Yes, and that's why I believe so much in doctors and science and all that because I did the implant, which
Yes, I remember we
I
talked
remember
about it.
I told you and I asked you and you had heard about it and it completely
I think
changed my
for
life.
people who have, it's a kind of like it is difficult to go on a diet and lose 50 pounds. And now, thanks to all these GLP-1s and Mounjaro and all these drugs, people can do that. There are ways to also quit alcohol and quit smoking, mostly alcohol. There are implants that can do this. You can they're not widely available or widely known, but I don't do it, but I definitely know about it, and I encourage people to look into it because I have found them to be very, case in
Yeah,
point. Uh,
I'm one of the
yeah, so
success stories. I
it
did
really
one.
works. Also, even the Mounjaro and GLP-1
Mhm.
drugs, they help also with alcohol. The studies now show that they also work with alcohol
No way.
abuse. Yeah, most people are now realizing that there's no amount of alcohol is good for you. So the less of it, absolutely zero of it you can have, the better. I don't drink, so I'm lucky. I never got into it, but I encourage people not to even get started on that because it's really once you go down that path, it's hard to go off of it. And thank God you're one of the testimonies that you can sit here and talk about it. But 6 years of being able to have that strength and that power and working on yourself is really unbelievable. And congratulations.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for celebrating with me
I
on
know
my
I'm
birthday.
celebrating this podcast
It's,
with you today.
it's
What a
fantastic. Yes, yes,
blessing.
this is
God is so
amazing.
good.
Yes.
But yeah, that's I would say to just I feel like the young kids now, the generation, they're not really into the partying as much.
Thank God. Yeah, there's studies that show that the sales of alcohol are significantly lower. There are a lot of alcohol companies are going out of business. I don't want anyone to go out of business, but if that's
Good.
one business that they can probably find better ways to
Right.
make money, but probably a little bit of in moderation is good. But you must know what your limits are, and in your case, you learn that your limit is zero and stay with it.
Zero.
Yes.
And no,
Yeah.
none for
Yeah.
me.
Exactly.
None
Thank
for
God.
me. But also they got it's I look so much younger too,
Yeah, it's
just from
really
not drinking.
I mean, there's so many different ways. Your brain starts to develop better. You can think clearly. You can make better decisions. One shot of alcohol uh, makes you not be able to think for 24 to 48 hours. Your metabolism gets better when you don't drink alcohol. Your
Right.
inhibitions get better. On multiple levels, you know it already because you've gone that path. But for people who haven't done it, it's better not to get started. But if they haven't stopped, today's a great day to stop. I'm a big advocate of zero alcohol and giving up your alcoholism the fastest you can. You may not think you are an alcoholic, but if you're drinking 4 or 5 drinks a week,
Right.
you are on your way. So definitely stop it or reduce it as much as possible.
It's so interesting too because some of the most successful people that we see nowadays, they say they don't drink.
No, because it cuts out, it removes a lot of your decision-making abilities. It makes you make bad decisions. And of course, when you make a lot of bad decisions one after another, you don't become successful. You may become successful, but not as successful as you could have been. If you don't have those, if you have all your faculty, if you have all your best tools at your disposal, you probably are going to make better decisions and you're going to be more successful in life and you're going to deal with life better. So, it makes all the sense in the world not to go around it and not to drink any alcohol or anything that actually makes your life worse. And thank God you discovered that. And I hope everybody who sees you realizes what a great path it is to not to be around any kind of substance abuse.
And honestly, I give all the glory to God. I feel like He really helped me with
God
that.
is good.
God is good. It's so
That is good
true.
always, yes.
Okay, so I've been going to you since I was like in my early 20s.
Like 2 years ago.
No, exactly, 2 years ago. And I just honestly thank you so much because you've dealt with me all these years.
My pleasure.
Um, you have really helped me keep my face young and youthful. And I know sometimes I didn't listen to you and I went other places.
Yes.
very embarrassing. And then I would come back and you would fix it for me, and you were so patient. So just thank you so much for
My
that.
pleasure. It's very, I mean, you're not the only one who thinks maybe they could look at somewhere, and that's perfectly fine. As long as you don't do anything irreversible, that's perfectly fine. You want to always look at other places to find what's best for you. But that's what I do also. I mean, I look to see what is the best treatments out there that I could bring to my patients. I go all over the world. I look at procedures in Turkey, Korea, South China, everything that I see on internet. I contact the doctors. I go to seminars. I want to see what else is out there that I could uh, give to my patients to help them look and feel their absolute best. So, but the key point is to understand the anatomy and to respect the anatomy of a person and not to do things that are irreversible and damaging. And as long as we can respect that, I don't mind pushing the envelope a little bit to try to see what else is out there to can help you. But I want things that are scientifically tested and you are young, of course, but now you understand. We want to do things that are scientific and they're tested and they have been effective and safe. And you only do those things. We don't want to try things that nobody else has tried. We don't want to be the first person who tries something and pay for it later. And thank God we have been able to maintain your beauty for many years.
Yes. I just remember I would use those filters, or I'd be around girls that were just doing too much. And I would come into you and I'd be like, we need to do this, this, and this. And you'd be like, okay, let's just do this right here. And I'd be like, "Ah, he didn't do it." And I would go somewhere else and it would be like the worst thing for my face that I did not need. And I would have to get it dissolved.
Dissolve again. But thank God we can dissolve things. But you can't always dissolve things. You have to. I think most people have a little bit of a misunderstanding of their own face, especially when you're younger.
Right.
You think you can look at a filtered picture and look like that. You can't, and most people are beautiful in their own ways. The key is to find what can I do to make you look a little bit more beautiful or understand the beauty that you have inside you and it's already hidden and exaggerate things that are already give you the best amount of making you look good in the fastest way possible in the least damaging way possible. So these are different things that in my head I analyze it in my head whenever look at someone's face to say what are the few little things that I could do that could have the biggest impact and the least amount of side effects. And I usually come up with a plan in my head, and it takes me a few minutes to explain that to my patients. But usually, most of my patients at this point understand my aesthetics, they understand that I'm conservative, and that has been working for both of us.
No, and it's the way to be,
Yes,
because
you only have one face.
yeah, you only
Face
have
the-
one face, and really sometimes less can be more with people. And you think you might need it here, but really he's like, oh no, you need something here. Like, you don't know because you're not the
Yeah, I mean, this
professional.
is what I've done for 30 years now. So I could look at your face and you may think that you want to make your lips bigger, but I could look at you and say that is probably not going to give you the biggest bang for your buck and the biggest impact for what you want to do. Maybe your cheek, I could lift your cheeks and that's going to give you a nicer overall better appearance. Or I could pull your jawline back and give you a nicer, sharper jawline. So you may not need, sometimes I tell people, and probably 30% of the time I tell people don't do anything at all. And that's also very important to know when to say no and not to do anything for someone and wait till they are the right candidate or we can maybe do something else later.
Yeah, and I think that's incredible for you and the patient for having that longevity of a relationship, which you've had so many. I have huge trust issues, but I promise, like, I trust you with my life. I'll come in here and be like, what do you think? What's going on? And now I just like, okay, if he says it, I don't fight it anymore.
Thank you.
So,
The idea is to really look at one of the things that I love to do is to look at your pictures probably from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and see how the whole metamorphosis of your face and your aging has been, and not to push it to a wrong direction. If I feel like your cheeks are coming down, I lift them up in a non-surgical way. If I feel like your jawline is getting a little bit softer, I need to keep it as sharp as possible, and we can delay the need to get surgery by 5, 10, 20 years now because of all these technologies that we have. And this is what I'm most grateful and most excited about, that I can do things without surgery that has an impact and can improve your skin, can improve your appearance, and can make you look younger and more healthy for many years to come.
Yeah, and you do great tattoo removal. You're removing one of
Oh,
mine right now. I did a horrible job. I went and I look like a science project. And you did one session. I have to come back. And it's already looking so much better.
yeah, usually if you do a right tattoo removal, especially if it's a single or two colors, within 2 or 3 sessions, you can probably remove most of the tattoo. And if you do it right, it should be gone within a few sessions. So as long as you understand that it could take a few sessions, tattoos are removable. But that's again one of those things that you really have to think hard before you get a tattoo,
Yeah.
because it's going to stay on your body for a long time. So make sure it's meaningful. I'm not a big fan of tattoos, but if you have to get them, make sure you get them after a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, really think about it because the tattoo removal process is not
Yeah,
fun.
it's not, we can't remove it in one session yet. I wish we could, but no. It
Oh,
takes usually a few sessions at
yeah,
least.
but even just that one with your girl, it's just like, whoa,
Awesome. Yeah.
it looks so good. Okay, so you're one of the most genuine, down to earth people I've met in Hollywood. How have you kept that and really kept that light inside of you?
Thank you so much. But truly, I think uh, the more you achieve in your life, the more you realize that it is not from you, it's through you. So I think we all have whether you believe in God or not, but you have to understand. You probably get to a point in your life that you realize that there's something a lot bigger than you, that you're just that is coming through you. And if you don't believe that, you have no humility about you, and life is going to teach you that humility. And nothing I have accomplished in my life has been because of me. It's all been lucky, and that luck has been because of, we call it luck, but it's been because of my God, because of I believe in God, and I think it comes through you, and it comes, yeah, the energy that you, if you just allow it, that positive energy comes through, and you become an instrument of helping people, an instrument of God, and if you just let that happen, many good things happen in your life, and as long as you're connected to that energy, it's just gonna happen. And if you really believe that, you have to be humble, because you realize it's not you. It's just you're just the clerk. You're
Yeah.
helping other people, and you're doing what you can to help other people have a better life, and that brings automatic humility.
All right, so you are incredibly gifted. God has given you so many gifts in life. But what has He done lately that you're just like super excited about?
I think it's foolish not to wake up in the morning and not to be grateful. Every moment um, is a blessing. The fact that I think the fact that we can stand up vertical is a blessing. Every moment, and you have to remind yourself, not because God needs you to remind yourself, or God needs you to thank Him, but every time you remind yourself, all these every religion reminds you to say prayers and say gratitude. And that's not because God is standing there and saying, aha, good boy, doing check marks, but it just reminds your body that this gratitude gives you more energy, removes a lot of negativity in your life, and it allows you to go and accomplish better things in life. So constantly reminding yourself how this success is due to just being close to all the positive energy around you is very important. Just give thanks, be grateful for everything. Breathing this beautiful air, being in Southern California, the sun is shining. I can stand up and I can communicate with you. My thoughts are still coming the same way I want them to. I can form words. Really, I come, as you know, I was a refugee. I came to this country as a young man, and I've accomplished a lot simply because I have really believed that I was here for a purpose, and I constantly reminded myself of that. And if you do that, I think a lot of doors automatically open to you. I really believe that. I believe in the power of manifestation, power of sitting down and constantly reminding yourself that good things are going to happen, and it just doors open when you believe that. Negativity goes out of your life, because our brain wants to be drawn into negativity, and it is your job to constantly remind it about all the positive things that are happening. It makes you more hopeful, it makes you more positive, it makes you more effective in your life. So
No, it's so good. So, what's one of your like best ways of manifesting? Is it like envisioning? Like, did you see this before it was this?
No, I didn't see it exactly how it was. This is wilder than my biggest dreams. But every year,
Wow.
we're blessed. I mean,
You're blessed.
so, but I didn't think it exactly how it was going to be. But I knew that I wanted to make certain changes in my life. I wanted to have a successful life. I wanted to be able to wake up in the morning and not to have to worry about what I was going to do and how I was going to contribute to my life. And I worked backwards. So I think if you have a big picture, a very, very detailed big picture, and then work backwards, almost in a very delusional way, you think, well, my life is going to be incredibly good. Your mind is just going to be drawn to that. And I really encourage my kids, I encourage people who actually listen to me to really have as positive and as a huge of a grandiose goal as possible. And if you don't land there, you land a little bit further behind it, you're still okay. So make that delusional, grandiose idea as big as you can and believe that you're there right now and believe that see yourself there. And when you see yourself in that great environment, anything less than that, you won't even accept. You just keep working harder to go towards that amazing environment that you want to be.
Wow. And speaking of your kids, has any of them shown interest in being a doctor?
Yes and no. So they're, I mean, they're very young. They're
Mm.
15, 13, and 11. Yes, they love the idea of being able to do this, but once they find out how many years they have to go through school, they change their mind. But I want them to have a lot of their own ideas of what they want to do to make their life better and more accomplished. I don't want to dictate anything to them that to go to any particular direction, but I definitely want them to be successful and feel like their life means something. There's a purpose for their life, and once they go towards that, I want to encourage them as much as possible.
So good. It's so good. So thank you so much for being with me
Thank you.
today
Absolutely.
and just for being a light in a sometimes dark place. You know, Hollywood can be a little different, and I'm from Texas, so you have been incredible to be around
Thank
and
you.
very blessed for you in my life. Is there any advice that you have for the ladies out there?
Well, not advice, but to share with them what I've seen in the past 30 years of practice. Everyone who's ever come to my practice, that I've seen them face to face, everyone's beautiful. I think a lot of people are harder on themselves and they kind of criticize their own looks, especially women criticize their own looks more so than they should because maybe they judge themselves against the glossy version and the filtered version of the Instagram or social media, but you are as beautiful as everybody, not just you. I'm talking about every
Yeah.
woman is just as beautiful as any other woman out there.
Yeah.
I don't say just to relax and just don't do anything. Of course, do as much as you can to look better, to be healthier, take care of your soul, your mind, your body, your looks. Do all those things every day. But also on the back of your head, do remember that you are the best version and a unique version of yourself. Nobody else before or after is going to be as good and as beautiful as you. So take that into consideration, put it in the bank, and then after that, just improve it upon that and just become better and better and better. And every day you wake up, if you just make a little bit of change in your life, it's just going to keep getting better and better.
No, it's so, so true. Okay, so I'm just gonna pray for you real fast. If that's
Oh,
okay.
absolutely. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Lord, I just pray that Dr. Simon is blessed with health and prosperity and that his family just keeps growing and becoming a great part of this world, and that you just give him favor in every room that he walks in, and that every face that he touches just gets more and more beautiful and also finds the beauty within them, and that they see you, God, through him. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.